The King's Dead. A werewolf romance story. Opening. Hello, my beautiful dreamers. This is Luna, and welcome back to Luna's Romance Audiobooks, where the smallest acts of kindness can change everything. Single mothers are the fiercest protectors, and sometimes rescuing a lost child means finding your own salvation. Tonight, I have a story that will grip your heart from the very first moment. A tale of a woman who had nothing but gave everything. A little girl lost in the worst possible place, and an alpha king who would move heaven and earth to repay a debt. But most of all, it's about learning that family isn't always blood, protection isn't always power, and love can bloom even in the darkest circumstances. Imagine being so broke you can barely feed your own child. So desperate that every day is a struggle just to survive. Now imagine finding a terrified little girl alone in a dangerous part of town and choosing to help her, even though you have nothing to give. Choosing to protect her, even though it puts you at risk. Choosing kindness, even when life has given you every reason to be bitter. And imagine discovering that the child you rescued is the daughter of the most powerful alpha in the kingdom. That your simple act of mercy has caught the attention of a king. That he's decided you and your son deserve everything. Protection, security, a future, and he won't take no for an answer. So, settle in close, my dreamers. This is a story about the price of survival and the power of compassion. About being seen when you thought you were invisible, and about learning that sometimes the people who have the least give the most. This is The King's Debt. Prologue: The Struggling Mother. My name is Mira. I'm 25 years old and I'm failing. Failing as a mother. Failing as a provider. Failing at life in general. It's not for lack of trying. I work 2 jobs, waitressing at a diner during the day, cleaning offices at night. My son, Ethan, is 5 years old and spends most of his time with Mrs. Chen, our elderly neighbor who watches him for a fraction of what proper childcare would cost. We live in a 1-room apartment in the worst part of the Clearwater Pack territory, the kind of neighborhood where you don't go out after dark, where the pipes freeze in winter and the air conditioning never works in summer, where the landlord ignores maintenance requests and everyone minds their own business because getting involved means trouble. But it's what I can afford. Barely. "Mama, I'm hungry," Ethan said this morning, his big brown eyes looking up at me with trust I didn't deserve. I'd looked in the cupboard. 3 cans of soup, some stale crackers, half a loaf of bread. "I know, baby. Mama gets paid tomorrow. We'll go to the store then, okay?" "Okay, Mama." He never complained, never whined, just accepted that sometimes there wasn't enough food, that sometimes we had to wait. He was too young to understand, too young to realize that other children didn't live like this, didn't go to bed hungry, didn't wear clothes from donation bins, didn't have mothers who cried in the bathroom because they couldn't provide. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Chapter 1. The Fall, 5 years ago. The perfect life. 5 years ago, my life was different. I was 20, newly mated to Jason, a beta from a respectable family. We had a nice apartment, 2 incomes, a future planned out. "We'll have 3 children," Jason would say, his arm around me. "Buy a house with a yard, build a real family." I believed him, believed in us, believed in the happily ever after I'd been promised. Then I got pregnant. "A baby!" I'd said excitedly, showing him the positive test. "Jason, we're having a baby!" His expression had changed, closed off, cold. Already? We weren't ready for this. But we talked about children. "In a few years. Not now. Not when I'm up for promotion." "It's happening now. We'll figure it out. Together." But we didn't figure it out, because Jason didn't want to. The abandonment. The pregnancy was difficult. I couldn't work the physical jobs I'd been doing. Had to cut back hours. Relied on Jason more, and he resented every moment of it. "You're always tired. You're always sick. You're not even trying to contribute." When Ethan was born, I thought things would get better. Thought Jason would fall in love with his son, would want to be a father. I was wrong. He cries too much. I can't sleep with him wailing all night. This isn't what I signed up for. 2 months after Ethan was born, I woke up to find a note on the kitchen table. I can't do this. I'm not cut out to be a father. Don't try to find me. Jason, he'd left. Disappeared. Broken the mate bond. Agonizing but possible if both parties agreed to sever it through a pack ritual, which he'd apparently done without telling me. He'd cleaned out our joint bank account, taken his belongings, left me with a 2-month-old baby, rent I couldn't pay, and no way to support us. The descent I tried. Moon goddess I tried. Applied for every job, begged family for help, sought assistance from the pack. Your mate abandoned you? The pack beta had said. That's unfortunate, but we can't support every failed mating. You'll have to figure it out yourself. I have a baby. Then you should have chosen a more reliable mate. My parents had disowned me years ago when I'd chosen Jason over their preferred match. They weren't interested in helping now. Jason's family claimed they didn't know where he was. Didn't owe me anything since the bond was broken. I was alone. Completely alone. I lost the apartment. Moved into a homeless shelter. Found the cheapest room I could rent once I'd scraped together enough for my waitressing job. And I'd been struggling ever since. 5 years of survival. 5 years of barely making rent. 5 years of choosing between food and utilities. 5 years of buying clothes from thrift stores and stretching every dollar until it screamed. 5 years of watching my son grow up poor while I worked myself to exhaustion trying to provide. You should ask the pack for assistance, Mrs. Chen had suggested more than once. They already said no. I'm not begging again. Pride won't feed your son. Neither will begging. I'll figure it out. I always do. But I was so tired, so worn down, so close to breaking. Chapter 2. The worst day morning, the eviction notice. The eviction notice was taped to my door when I got home from my night shift at 6 a.m. Final notice. Rent payment 3 months overdue. Vacate premises within 7 days or face legal action. 3 months overdue. I knew it was coming. Had been dodging the landlord's calls. But seeing it in writing made it real. I had 7 days to come up with 3 months' rent. Impossible. Even if I worked every available hour, I couldn't make that much. We were going to be homeless, me and Ethan, on the streets. Mama, what's wrong? Ethan asked, seeing my face as I entered our tiny room. Nothing, baby. Mama's just tired. Come on, let's get you ready for Mrs. Chen's. I had to work my diner shift. Couldn't miss it. Couldn't lose that income, even if it wasn't enough. Afternoon. The injury. The lunch rush was brutal. Aggressive customers. Horrible tips. My feet screaming from standing for 6 hours straight. Then I dropped a tray. Glass shattered. Soup spilled. Customers complained. Clean it up, my manager barked. And that's coming out of your pay. I knelt to clean the glass, cut my hand on a large shard. Deep. Bleeding badly. I need a first aid kit. We don't have time for this. Clean it up and get back to work. I wrapped my hand in napkins and kept working. Couldn't afford to go to a doctor. Couldn't afford to lose hours. By the end of my shift, the makeshift bandage was soaked through. My hand throbbed. I felt dizzy from blood loss and exhaustion. You look terrible, my coworker Dana said. Go home. Rest. Can't. I have my cleaning shift in 2 hours. Mira, you're going to collapse. Then I'll collapse after I've earned today's pay. I need every dollar. Evening, the breaking point. I picked up Ethan from Mrs. Chen at 6 p.m. Mama, you're hurt? He saw the bloody bandage. I'm fine, baby. Just a little cut. You should rest, Mrs. Chen said, concerned. I can watch him tonight. I have my cleaning shift. I'll be fine. But I wasn't fine. My hand was infected, swelling, red lines radiating from the cut. I probably needed antibiotics I couldn't afford. I dropped Ethan at home with instructions to lock the door and not answer it for anyone. I'll be back by midnight, okay? You know how to heat up the soup if you're hungry. Okay, Mama, be safe. Always, baby. I love you. Love you too. I went to my cleaning shift fighting fever, fighting pain, fighting the knowledge that I was one disaster away from losing everything. The night was a blur. Cleaning offices, scrubbing floors, emptying trash, all while my hand screamed and my head swam. At 11:30 p.m., I left to go home, taking the shortcut through the warehouse district because the bus routes were limited that late and I needed to get back to Ethan. That's when I heard it. A child crying. Chapter 3. The Rescue, the Cry. The warehouse district was dangerous after dark. Everyone knew it. Criminal activity, rogues, dealers. The kind of place you avoided if you valued your life. But I heard a child crying. Terrified. Desperate. I should have kept walking. Should have called the pack guards. Should have done anything except what I actually did. But I was a mother. And no matter how exhausted, how hurt, how desperate I was, I couldn't leave a child in danger. I followed the sound. Down an alley, past dumpsters and broken glass. And there she was. A little girl, maybe 6 years old. Dark, curly hair, tear-streaked face, huddled behind a dumpster, clutching a torn teddy bear. "Hey," I said softly, approaching slowly. "Hey, sweetheart, are you okay?" She looked up at me with terrified brown eyes. "I'm lost. I want my daddy." Okay, we'll find your daddy. Can you tell me your name?" "Lily." "Hi, Lily, I'm Mira. Can you tell me what happened? How did you get here?" "Bad men. They took me from the park. But I ran away. And now I'm lost, and I can't find my way home." "Bad men. Taken. This child had been kidnapped. You're very brave, Lily. Running away was the right thing to do. Now I'm going to help you, okay? We're going to get you somewhere safe." "I want my daddy." "I know. We'll find him. But first, we need to get you out of this alley." "Can you walk?" "My ankle hurts." I looked. Her ankle was swollen, probably sprained from running. She couldn't walk. And I was injured, exhausted, barely standing myself. But I couldn't leave her here. "Okay, I'm going to carry you. Is that okay?" She nodded. I picked her up. She was light, but my arms screamed in protest. My infected hand throbbed. My vision swam. "Hold on tight, okay? We're going to go to the pack guard station. They'll help us find your daddy." The pursuit. I'd made it half a block when I heard them. "There she is." The kid ran this way. 3 men. Rogues by the smell. Dangerous. Desperate. They'd seen us. Well. Looks like the little princess found a friend. Princess? What kind of child had I stumbled into? "Stay away from us," I said, clutching Lily tighter. "Hand over the kid. She's valuable merchandise." "She's a child, not merchandise." "She's a paycheck, a big one. Rich Daddy will pay anything to get her back. Now hand her over before we make this ugly." "Run away," Lily whispered. "Please, run away." I couldn't run. Not carrying her. Not injured and exhausted. I couldn't fight 3 rogues either. But I could do one thing. I could protect her. Even if it killed me. "No," I said firmly. "You're not taking her." The fight. The first rogue lunged. I dodged, barely clutching Lily. My injured hand screamed as I tried to keep hold of her. "Lily, hold on tight. Don't let go, no matter what." "I'm scared." "I know, but I've got you. I promise." The second rogue grabbed my arm. I kicked him, using the self-defense moves I'd learned in my previous life. Before poverty, before desperation. My wolf surged forward, lending me strength I didn't have. She was weak from malnutrition, from stress, from exhaustion. But she was still there, still fighting. I shifted partially. Claws, fangs, enhanced strength, while still holding Lily. "You're going to regret this," the third rogue snarled. "Probably. But I'm not letting you take her." The fight was brief and brutal. I was outnumbered, outmatched, and barely standing. They beat me badly, cracked ribs, split lip, blackening eyes. But I didn't let go of Lily. Didn't let them take her. When I couldn't fight anymore, when I was on the ground bleeding and broken, I curled my body around hers. protected her with my own flesh. "You're crazy," one rogue spat. "She's not even your kid." "Doesn't matter. She's a child. You're not taking her." They were about to finish me, to kill me and take Lily, when sirens wailed in the distance. Pack guards. Someone had called them. "Forget this. We're out." The rogues fled, and I collapsed, Lily still clutched in my arms, consciousness fading. The last thing I heard was her crying, "Don't die! Please don't die!" Chapter 4. The hospital waking up. I woke in a hospital bed, every part of my body screaming in pain. "She's awake," a voice said. Female. Efficient. A nurse appeared in my blurry vision. "Welcome back, dear. You've been unconscious for 6 hours." "Lily?" I croaked. "The little girl, is she—" "She's fine. Perfectly fine. Thanks to you. You protected her from those rogues. Quite heroically, from what the guards said." "Where is she?" "Reunited with her father. He's been here the whole time, actually. Waiting for you to wake up." "I need to leave. My son, Ethan, he's home alone." "Your son is here." The pack guards retrieved him. "He's in the children's ward, being looked after. Don't worry." Ethan was here. Safe. Thank the moon goddess. "Your injuries are substantial," the nurse continued. 3 cracked ribs, severe bruising. That cut on your hand was badly infected. We had to give you strong antibiotics. You also show signs of severe malnutrition and exhaustion. I'm fine. You're not fine. You're barely functioning. When did you last eat properly? I don't remember. Right. Well, you're staying here for at least 48 hours. Doctor's orders. And before you protest about cost, it's covered. The child's father is paying all medical expenses. He doesn't need to. He insists. You saved his daughter. This is the least he can do. She adjusted my IV. He'd like to speak with you when you're feeling up to it. The father? Who? He'll introduce himself. For now, rest. You need it. Meeting the father. He came that evening. Tall, at least 6'5", powerfully built. Dark hair, piercing blue eyes that missed nothing. Handsome in an intimidating, commanding way. And he radiated power. Alpha power. Not just any alpha. This was authority at a level I'd never felt before. "Miss Mira," he said, his deep voice filling the small hospital room. "I'm Caden Thorne." Caden Thorne. The name struck me like lightning. "The Alpha King," I whispered. "Yes, and you saved my daughter's life." I tried to sit up, winced at the pain. Anyone would have. No, anyone wouldn't have. You were injured, exhausted, barely able to stand. You could have called the guards and left. Could have saved yourself. Instead, you fought 3 rogues while protecting Lily. Nearly died protecting her. His blue eyes were intense. Why? She's a child. She was scared. I couldn't leave her. You have a child of your own. You risked orphaning him to save a stranger's daughter. I couldn't. I stopped. I heard her crying. I'm a mother. I couldn't just walk away. Most people could, would, did. You weren't the only one in that area. But you were the only one who helped. He moved closer. You saved my daughter, the most precious thing in my world. I owe you a debt I can never fully repay. You don't owe me anything. I'm just glad she's safe. She's safe because of you. Because you chose compassion over self-preservation. Chose kindness when you had every reason to be bitter. He paused. The nurses told me about your situation. Single mother, 2 jobs, barely making rent. Eviction notice, injured hand you couldn't afford to treat. I flushed with shame. I'm handling it? You're drowning, and you still saved my daughter. That says more about your character than anything else could. He pulled out a business card. When you're discharged, come to the royal estate. I want to discuss how I can repay this debt. Really, you don't need to. I do. My daughter is alive because of you. Let me help you. Please. The please surprised me. Kings didn't say please. I'll think about it. I said. Good. Your medical bills are covered. All of them. And I've arranged for your son to stay in the children's ward with you until you're discharged. You shouldn't be separated. Thank you. That's very kind. It's the bare minimum. You saved my child. I'd give you the kingdom if you asked for it. He left before I could respond. 48 hours. Ethan stayed with me the entire time, sleeping in a cot beside my hospital bed, worried and clingy in a way he'd never been before. Mama, you got really hurt. I'm okay, baby. Just some bruises. The nurse said you saved a little girl from bad guys. I did. She was scared and lost. I helped her. You're a hero, Mama. I'm just your mama, that's all. But in those 48 hours, something shifted. The medical staff treated me with respect, unusual for someone from my neighborhood. The food was plentiful and good. Ethan ate more than he had in weeks. This is nice, he said, munching on a sandwich. I like the hospital. Me too, baby, but we can't stay forever. I know, but it's nice while it lasts. On the morning of my discharge, a woman appeared, elegant, professional, carrying a folder. Miss Mira, I'm Catherine, King Caden's personal assistant. He's asked me to ensure you have everything you need upon discharge. That's not necessary. These are the discharge papers, all bills paid in full. Here's a prescription for pain medication, also paid for, already filled. And these, she pulled out documents. Rental assistance documentation. The king has paid your rent for the next 6 months. The eviction has been retracted. I stared. 6 months of rent? Consider it a thank you for saving Princess Lily. Also, here's a grocery voucher, $500, and a clothing voucher, $250. She pulled out more papers. Contact information for the royal estate. The king would like you to visit when you're feeling better, to discuss additional assistance. This is too much. This is a fraction of what you deserve. The king's daughter is priceless. What you did, protecting her at such cost, deserves far more than rent and groceries. Catherine smiled. Accept it graciously. You've earned it. After she left, I sat there, stunned, holding documents that solved problems I'd been drowning under for months. 6 months of rent, groceries, medicine, all because I'd done what any decent person should do. Helped a scared child. Mama, what's that? Ethan asked. That's help, baby. That's someone being kind. Like you were kind to the little girl? Yes, like that. Chapter 5. The visit 2 weeks later. My ribs healed slowly. I couldn't work my physical jobs, which normally would have been devastating. But rent was paid. Food was in the cupboard. Medicine kept the pain manageable. For the first time in 5 years, I wasn't drowning. You should visit the king, Mrs. Chen said. He asked you to. I don't belong at the royal estate. He thinks you do. Don't let pride get in the way of opportunity. She was right. Pride was a luxury I couldn't afford. So 2 weeks after my discharge, when I was mostly healed, I took a bus to the royal estate. It was massive, beautiful, intimidating. I'm here to see King Caden, I told the guard at the gate. He asked me to visit. My name is Mira. Miss Mira, yes, we've been expecting you. This way, please. They'd been expecting me, like I was important, like I mattered. The guard led me through manicured grounds, past fountains and gardens, to a main building that looked like a palace from fairy tales. Wait here. The king will see you shortly. I waited in a receiving room that was larger than my entire apartment. Everything was elegant, expensive, so far removed from my reality that I felt like an imposter. Miss Mira, Caden entered, looking every inch the king he was. But his expression was warm, welcoming. Your Majesty, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would. He gestured to a chair. Please, sit. Can I offer you tea? Food? I'm fine, thank you. You're looking better. The bruises are fading. I heal fast. Comes with being a wolf. I took a breath. Your Majesty, I wanted to thank you for the rent, the groceries, the medical bills. It was incredibly generous. It was necessary. You saved my daughter. I told you I owe you a debt. I meant it. You've done more than enough. I've barely started. He leaned forward. Tell me about your life, your circumstances. I want to understand. Why? Because I want to help. Properly. Completely. But to do that, I need to know what you need. So I told him about Jason, about the abandonment, about 5 years of struggle, about working 2 jobs while barely surviving, about raising Ethan alone with no support. He listened without interrupting, his expression growing darker as I spoke. Your mate abandoned you after your son was born? Yes, severed the bond without telling me, left me with nothing. That's illegal. Mate abandonment of an Omega with a dependent child is against pack law. I couldn't afford a lawyer to pursue it, and honestly, I didn't want him back. Just wanted to survive. The pack beta refused assistance? Said I should have chosen a better mate. That my poor decisions weren't their problem. His eyes blazed. Give me his name. The beta who refused you. Why? Because he violated pack law. All pack members have the right to request assistance in cases of mate abandonment. He should have helped you. Caden pulled out a notepad. His name? Beta Marcus, of the Clearwater Pack. But, Your Majesty, I don't want to cause trouble. You're not causing trouble, he did, by refusing you proper assistance. He made notes. I'll address it, quietly, through proper channels, but he will answer for his failure. That's really not necessary. It is. You and your son suffered for 5 years because people who should have helped you didn't. That ends now. The offer. I have a proposition for you, Caden said after a pause. Another one? A better one. I'd like you to come work at the royal estate. I blinked. Work here? Yes. I need a nanny for Lily. Someone trustworthy. Someone brave. Someone who'd protect her with their life, which you've already proven you'd do. He met my eyes. You'd live on the estate. You and your son. Private quarters. 3 meals a day. Full salary. Medical benefits. Educational opportunities for Ethan. You want me to be Lily's nanny? I want you to be her guardian when I can't be. I want her protected by someone I can trust. And I trust you. Completely. We barely know each other. I know you threw yourself in front of rogues to save a stranger's child. I know you nearly died protecting her. I know you did it while injured, exhausted, with every reason to save yourself instead. That tells me everything I need to know about your character. I'm not qualified to be a nanny. You're a mother. You're brave. You're compassionate. That's all the qualification needed. This is too much. The rent was already too much. But this is me ensuring my daughter has the protection she needs, and making sure the woman who saved her isn't struggling to survive. His voice gentled. Please, consider it. Not for me, for your son. Give him a better life than the one you've been fighting to provide. For Ethan. That's what swayed me. Can I think about it? Of course. Take a week, tour the estate, meet Lily. See what the position would involve. Then decide. Okay, I'll think about it. Good. In the meantime, he pulled out an envelope. This is for you. Don't open it until you get home. What is it? A gift for saving my daughter. Accept it graciously. I took the envelope, feeling its weight. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being the person you are, for choosing kindness even when life gave you every reason not to. Chapter 6. The Decision, the Gift. I opened the envelope on the bus home. Inside was a check for $50,000. I stared at it, certain I was misreading. But no, $50,000. My hands shook. This was more money than I'd made in 5 years combined. This was impossible. Mama, what's wrong? Ethan asked, seeing my face. Nothing, baby. Nothing's wrong. My voice broke. Everything's finally right. That money could change everything. Pay off debts, build savings, give Ethan a real childhood instead of poverty. But accepting it felt wrong. Too much. Unearned. You saved his daughter, Mrs. Chen said when I showed her. You nearly died saving his daughter. This isn't charity. This is payment for a debt. It's too much. It's not enough. A king's daughter. She's priceless. He's giving you what he can. Accept it. Use it. Give your son the life he deserves. The tour. I returned to the estate 3 days later for the tour. Catherine showed me the nanny's quarters. 2-bedroom suite with attached bathroom, full kitchen, living area, all furnished, all beautiful. This would be yours and your son's, she explained. All utilities included. 3 meals a day in the staff dining hall, or you can cook in your own kitchen. This is bigger than my current apartment. It's appropriate for the nanny's position. You'd be living on site, available when needed. The king wants you comfortable. She showed me Lily's rooms. A child's paradise. Toys everywhere. Books. Art supplies. Lily's shy around strangers, Catherine warned. The kidnapping traumatized her. She has nightmares, separation anxiety. She needs someone patient. I understand trauma. I can handle that. The king thinks you can. That's why he wants you. Meeting Lily. Lily was in the gardens with her father when Catherine brought me to meet her properly. Lily, Caden said gently, this is Mira. Remember? The nice lady who saved you? Lily's eyes went wide. She ran to me, hugging my legs. You're okay. I thought you died. I'm okay. See? All healed up. Daddy said you got really hurt protecting me. Said you were very brave. You were brave too. Running away from those bad men. That took courage. Are you going to stay? Her brown eyes were hopeful. Daddy said maybe you'd stay and take care of me. I'm thinking about it. Please stay. I like you. You're nice. And you smell like safety. I looked at Caden, surprised. Wolves smell emotions, he explained quietly. She can smell that you're genuinely kind, that you'd protect her. Children pick up on that. Please stay, Lily repeated. Please? Looking at her hopeful face, at Caden's sincere expression, at the life they were offering, how could I say no? Okay, I said. I'll stay. The move. We moved in 1 week later. It took 1 trip. Everything we owned fit in 4 boxes and 2 suitcases. Our whole life reduced to that. This is our new home? Ethan asked, looking around the suite with wide eyes. Yes, baby, this is home now. It's so big. I know. Isn't it wonderful? He ran from room to room, exploring, laughing, happy in a way I hadn't seen in years. Mama, I have my own room. My own room. You do. Do you like it? I love it. Watching him, seeing his pure joy, I knew I'd made the right choice. That night, after unpacking, after settling Ethan into his new bed, I stood at the window looking over the estate grounds. From poverty to this. From desperation to security. All because I'd chosen to help a lost child. Thank you, I whispered to the moon goddess, for this second chance. I won't waste it. Chapter 7. The New Life. The first month, the job was easier than my previous 2 jobs combined. Care for Lily, make sure she's safe, happy, healthy, play with her, read to her, comfort her when she had nightmares. You're good at this, Caden observed one afternoon, watching me help Lily with a puzzle. I'm a mother. I know how to care for children. It's more than that. She's attached to you, trusts you. That's rare. She's been wary of adults since the kidnapping. She knows I'd protect her. That makes her feel safe. Yes, it does. His blue eyes held mine. Thank you for being exactly what she needs. Ethan and Lily became fast friends. Despite the age difference, he was 5, she was 6, they played together constantly. She's like having a sister, Ethan said happily. She's your friend. That's wonderful. Can we stay here forever? We'll stay as long as we're needed. The second month. Somewhere around month 2, I started noticing things. The way Caden always asked about my day, made sure I had everything I needed, went out of his way to make us comfortable. Your quarters are satisfactory? He asked one evening. They're perfect. More than perfect. We've never had this much space. Good. And Ethan? He's adjusting well? He loves it here. Loves having Lily as a friend. Loves not being hungry all the time. I smiled. Thank you for all of this. You've given us a life I couldn't have provided. You earned it, every bit of it. He hesitated. Mira, can I ask you something personal? Of course. Do you regret it? Your previous life? The mate who abandoned you? I regret choosing him. Regret believing his promises. But I don't regret Ethan. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Good. Because he's remarkable. Smart. Kind. You've raised him well despite everything. I did my best. Your best is extraordinary. The compliment made me flush. Kings didn't compliment single mothers from bad neighborhoods. The third month. The king likes you, Catherine said one day. He's my employer. He likes you as more than an employee, haven't you noticed? Noticed what? The way he watches you, the way he finds excuses to talk to you, the way he lights up when you enter a room. She smiled. He's interested. Romantically. That's ridiculous. I'm the nanny. He's the alpha king. We're not. That would never. Why not? You're kind, beautiful, strong. You saved his daughter. You're good with Lily. You make him smile. Why wouldn't he be interested? Because I'm broken goods, a failed mating, a single mother from the slums. I'm not exactly queen material. Maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe he cares about who you are, not where you came from. I wanted to dismiss her words, but I couldn't. Because I'd noticed things too. The way Caden watched me when he thought I wasn't looking. The way he always seemed to be around. The way he'd started joining us for dinners, for playtime with the kids, for bedtime stories. I think Daddy likes you, Lily said that night as I tucked her in. Of course he likes me. I take care of you. No, I mean likes you. The way princes like princesses in stories. That's just in stories, sweetie. Maybe, but I think it's real too. She hugged her teddy bear. I'd like it if you were my mama. You're nice. You make me feel safe. Her mama. The thought was overwhelming. Terrifying. Impossible. I'm your nanny, Lily. That's all. For now. But maybe later you could be more. Chapter 8. The Confession. Month 4. The Festival. The Harvest Festival was the biggest event of the year. All packs gathered. Music, dancing, celebration. You should attend, Caden said. You and Ethan, as my guests. I'm staff. You're my daughter's nanny. That makes you important. Come, enjoy yourself. You deserve a night off. So I went. Wearing a dress Catherine had insisted on buying me. Feeling out of place among the elegance and wealth. You look beautiful, Caden said when he saw me. I look like I'm playing dress-up. You look like you belong here, which you do. The festival was overwhelming. Music, lights, hundreds of wolves in their finest clothes. Dance with me, Caden said, offering his hand. I'm not a good dancer. Neither am I. We'll figure it out together. So I danced with the Alpha King, in front of hundreds of witnesses, feeling like I was in a dream. Are you happy here? He asked as we moved to the music. Yes. Happier than I've been in 5 years. Good. I want you happy. You deserve happiness. So do you. After losing your mate. She died 3 years ago. Lily's mother. Cancer. It was difficult. For both of us. His expression was sad. Lily barely remembers her, which is both blessing and curse. I'm sorry. That must have been terrible. It was. But life continues. We adapt. We survive. We find new reasons to keep going. His eyes held mine. You've been one of those reasons. For both of us. I'm just the nanny. You're so much more than that. Haven't you realized? Before I could respond, an alarm sounded. Sharp. Urgent. Security breach, Caden said, immediately alert. Stay here with the children. What's happening? I don't know, but I'm finding out. Stay safe. He left, and I gathered Ethan and Lily close. Mama? What's wrong? Ethan asked. I don't know, baby, but we're staying right here until the king says it's safe. The attack. The security breach was rogues, a coordinated attack on the festival. They're after Lily, someone shouted. They want the king's daughter. My blood ran cold. They were here for Lily. Again. We need to move, I told the children. Now, somewhere safe. I grabbed both kids and ran, not toward the crowd, toward the palace, toward safety. Behind us I heard fighting, screams, chaos. Is Daddy okay? Lily cried. Your daddy's strong, he'll be fine. We just need to get you somewhere secure. I made it to the palace. Guards were everywhere. Get the princess to the safe room, one ordered. I'm coming too, I said. I'm her nanny. And my son is with us. He goes where I go. They didn't argue. Rushed all three of us to a reinforced room deep in the palace. Stay here until the all-clear is given. You'll be safe. For an hour we waited. Lily terrified. Ethan confused. Me trying to stay calm for both of them. Tell us a story, Mira, Lily begged, to distract us. So I told them stories. Fairy tales about brave knights and rescued princesses. About heroes who protected the innocent. About love conquering fear. When the all-clear finally sounded, Caden burst into the safe room. You're okay, he said, pulling Lily into a crushing hug. Thank the moon goddess. You're okay. Mira got us here, Lily said. She kept us safe. Of course she did. His eyes found mine over Lily's head. Grateful. Intense. Thank you, again, for protecting her. Again. It's my job. It's more than your job. It's who you are. He approached me, still holding Lily. Mira, I need to tell you something. Something I should have said sooner. What? I'm in love with you. The world stopped. What? I'm in love with you. Have been for months. You're brave, kind, strong. You love my daughter like your own. You make me want to be better. And he took a breath. I want you to be my mate. My true mate. Not just Lily's nanny. My partner. My equal. My love. You can't. You're perfect. For me. For Lily. For the life we could build together. I'm a failed mating. Broken goods. You're a survivor. A fighter. A woman who's overcome more than most people could imagine. That doesn't make you broken. It makes you extraordinary. Your pack won't accept me. My pack will accept whoever I choose as my mate. And I choose you, if you'll have me. Lily was watching this exchange with wide eyes. Say yes, Mira. Say you'll be my new mama. Lily, please, I love you. You make me feel safe. You make Daddy happy. Please say yes. I looked at Ethan, my son, who deserved a father, who deserved security, who deserved a real home. What do you think, Ethan? Should I say yes? Do you love him, Mama? Did I? Looking at Caden, at his sincerity, his strength, his devotion, I realized I did. Yes. I love him. Then say yes. Ethan smiled. He makes you happy. That's all that matters. I turned back to Caden. Yes. I'll be your mate, your partner, your love. His kiss was gentle, claiming, perfect, and both children cheered. Epilogue. 3 years later. The coronation as Luna Queen was smaller than traditional, more intimate, exactly what I wanted. You look beautiful, Caden said, seeing me in my formal gown. I look like I'm playing dress-up again. You look like a queen. My queen. The ceremony was traditional. Vows spoken. Marks exchanged. the moment when I officially became Luna. "I present Luna Queen Mira," the officiant announced. The crowd roared approval. 3 years since I'd saved Lily. 3 years since my life had changed completely. Now I stood as queen, beside a king I loved, with children I adored. "Mama!" Lily ran up after the ceremony. She called me Mama now, had for 2 years. "You were so pretty up there." "Thank you, sweetheart. And now you're officially my mama. Forever." "Forever," I agreed, hugging her. Ethan appeared, looking handsome in his formal clothes. "Congratulations, Mama. You deserve this. We deserve this. All of us. We're a family now. Forever." That evening after the celebrations, Caden and I stood on the balcony overlooking the estate. "Do you ever regret it?" he asked. "The path that brought you here? The struggle?" "No, because it led to this. To you. To our family." I leaned into him. I was starving and broken when I found Lily that night. And saving her saved me too. You saved all of us, me included. I was just surviving before you, going through the motions. You made me want to live again. We saved each other. Yes, we did. Below us, Lily and Ethan were playing in the gardens. Laughing. Happy. Safe. "I love you," I said. "Thank you for seeing past the poverty, past the struggle, to who I really was. Thank you for being brave enough to save a lost child, for having a heart big enough to love her even when you had nothing to give." He pulled me close. "You gave everything, and I'll spend the rest of my life making sure you never struggle again. You already have. You gave us everything. Family, home, love, security. Everything I couldn't provide. You provided the most important thing. Hope, love, courage. Everything else is just details." And looking at our children, our home, our life, I knew he was right. I'd been drowning, desperate, broken. But choosing kindness, choosing to help one scared child, had changed everything. Sometimes the smallest acts of mercy create the biggest miracles. Sometimes rescuing someone means being rescued in return. And sometimes the king's debt is really the king's love in disguise. Closing. And there you have it, my beautiful dreamers. The story of Mira and Caden, proof that kindness is never wasted. Single mothers are the fiercest warriors, and love can bloom even from the darkest circumstances. Did this story touch your heart? Did you feel Mira's desperation and hope? Did you believe in Caden's devotion? Then show me some love. Hit that like button, drop a comment telling me your favorite moment of the rescue, and subscribe to Luna's romance audiobooks so you never miss another tale of unlikely love and second chances. I want to know, would you have risked everything to save a stranger's child? Would you have accepted the king's offer? Would you have believed in love after everything? Tell me in the comments. And speaking of second chances, our next story is going to leave you breathless. It's called The Rogue's Redemption, and it follows a she-wolf who's been cast out from her pack for defending an innocent. She's surviving alone in the wilderness when she's found by the most dangerous rogue pack in existence. Their alpha is brutal, feared, and supposedly without mercy. But when he sees her courage, her strength, her refusal to submit, he decides she's exactly what his pack needs, and what he wants. Now she has to choose: return to the pack that rejected her, or stay with the rogues who see her true worth. Until next time, my dreamers, may your kindness be rewarded, your struggles lead to salvation, and your rescued children bring you kings who love you. This is Luna, signing off. Sweet dreams, beautiful souls.